Welcome to my Be Math Smart videos. I am going to share with you today how to determine the range, the median, and the mode. So before I do that, we have to have some data. I had some students link linker cubes together. They were given 20 seconds. One student was able to link 10 cubes together. Two students were able to link 12 cubes together. One student was able to link 13, and another student was able to link 14 cubes. So I've arranged my data in order with my cubes. Now I'm going to get my paper out, and I'm first going to start off by creating a line plot. A line plot is simply a number line that starts at your lowest point, which in my case is 10, and ends with your highest point, 14. Okay, and now I'm going to represent my data on this number line. I have one 10, I have two 12s, I have no 11, so you'll see I didn't put anything there for 11. I have 113, and I have 114. All right, now that I have that information, I can start taking a look at the range. You may be familiar with the song Home, Home on the Range, where the deer and the antelope play. Well, in that song, the word range means the space or area that the deer and the antelope have to roam around and play. It's kind of the same with our line plot. The range is the space on a number line that the data takes up. So it takes up 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. I can find that in a much simpler way by just taking my largest piece of data and subtracting it from my smallest piece of data to get the range, which is 4 spaces. The mode simply means the most. And when I think of mode, I think of the mo in mode and the mo in most. And that's just a little trick that helps me remember that I'm looking for the data that occurs the most. So I see 10 has 1, 12 has 2, 13 has 1, and 14 has 1. So 12 would be the mode because that number occurs the most. It is possible to have no mode in your data. All right, now let's talk about median. In my line plot, I do have my data ordered from least to greatest, but I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it down here. I have a 10, I have no 11, I have two 12s, so I must record both. I have a 13, and I have a 14. And the word median starts with med, and the word middle kind of has some of those same sounds. Mid, med, sort of sound alike. It's just a way to remember. And I'm looking for the middle number. And the way I do that, no matter how many numbers I have, I'm going to put them in order from least to greatest, and then I'm going to cross out one from this side, one from that side, one from this side, one from that side, until I end up with a middle number. So in this case, my median is 12. All right, so I'm going to remove this. I timed one more student, and that one student got an 11. So I'll put their data in order here. And we're going to see how that changes our range, mode, and median. So once again, start with your line plot. I'm starting at 10. And I'm ending still with 14, so it's still the same. Okay. I have 110, 111, two 12s, 113, and 114. So the question is, did my range change? Remember, the range is the distance or area or space that your data takes up on a number line. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it didn't change. Another way to represent that is 14 minus 10. Your highest number minus your lowest number equals 4. My range is 4. My mode, the number that occurs the most, is 12. And my median, when I put that data in order, and remember I want to include all the data, I have a 10, I have an 11, I have two 12s, I have one 13, and I have one 14. And I'm now looking for the middle number. So once again, put your numbers in order for least to greatest, and then start crossing them off. One from here, one from here, one from here, one from here. Ooh, I've got two numbers in the middle because I've crossed off 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Well, they're both the same, so I could say my median is 12. All right, I'm going to ask 2 more students to join our data. Timing 2 more students and asking them to join in. These students were super linkers because they got more data than everybody else. So let's take a look at their data. If this was 14, this one's going to be 15, and this one here is going to be 17. I can see that by the way I organized my linker cubes. So I need to start with 10, and my last number on my number line needs to be 17. Okay, I have 110, I have 111, I still have two 12s, I have 113, I have 114, I have 115, I have no 16s, and I have 117. Alright, now let's take a look at our range. I think our range will definitely show change this time. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It takes up 7 spaces on our number line. Our data takes up the 7 spaces. Another way to think of that is 17 minus 10. Our largest number minus our smallest number equals 7. Our mode, the number that occurs the most. Well, 10 only got 1, 11 got 1, 12 got 2, 13 got 1, 14 got 1, 15 got 1, 16 got none, and 17 got 1. Is still 12. Let's take a look at our median. Remember, put your data in order. I'm going to write a little smaller this time. 10, 11, two 12s, 113, 114, 115, no 16s, and 117. And now I'm going to go from side to side, now that I have my data in order from least to greatest. Cross this one out, cross that one out, cross this one, cross that one, cross this one, cross that one. And now I have 2 middle numbers. There's 2 ways to manage these middle numbers. And let me show you how to do that. Okay, I have to overlap those just a little bit so you can see. Alright, when you have 2 middle numbers, there's 2 ways to manage that median or find it. So I'll put 2 ways up here. Way 1 is to kind of draw yourself a number line and put 12 at the beginning and 13 at the end. Now if you had more numbers, you wouldn't want a number line as long as many numbers as you have. And then you want to think about what's right in the middle. Well, I know half is in the middle of 12 and 13. So my median then becomes 12 and 1/2. The other way to solve that is to add the two numbers. So I'm going to add 12 plus 13, and I get 25. And now I'm going to take 25, and I'm going to divide it by 2. And that's just a rule you got to remember. If you've got two middle numbers, they might not be next to each other. You could have a 10 and you could have a 35. But these two happen to be together. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You add the two numbers together that are in the middle of your data. You find how much they are together and divide them by 2. So I'm going to use the forgiving method here for dividing. And I know, just based on my math facts, that 12 times 2 is 25, or 24, sorry. I'm going to subtract 25 minus 24 is 1. So I have 12 remainder 1. But I don't want to write my answer as a remainder. I need to write it as a fraction. So my quotient is 12. And then I need to think about where the 1 goes in a fraction. It goes to the numerator. So the 1 becomes the numerator, and your divisor, 2, becomes the denominator. And if you have trouble remembering that, divisor, denominator, and down all start with the D. And that's how I remember that the 2 goes down because it's the divisor. It's going to become the denominator, and it's the down number in a fraction. All right, so I hope you learned something new today or have reviewed something you needed to review in my Be Math Smart video. Have a good day.